watching Real Talk with Bob Mars.
Good morning, Sterile Processing Universe, and welcome to another episode of Beyond Clean with Bob Mars. Today we're going to be talking about point-of-use cleaning. And I know that this issue touches a lot of folks that are listening right now. Today we're going to take a little bit of a different slant and we're going to direct it to our perioperative friends out there. You have the greatest impact on the instrumentation that's going down to sterile processing or over to sterile processing in your facility. So it's really important that you understand the ramifications. So when I speak around the country, I always ask a question. You just finished a case and you're pushing a case cart out of your room. How long or when do you expect those instruments to come back to you? And this is where I become an auctioneer, because often it's like, yeah, we got 20 minutes, we got 30, we got 40 minutes, we got an hour, we got 2 hours, we got 3 hours. Never. Oh, that's a good answer. So let me speak some truth to you. If you want your instrumentation turned over properly and sent back to you in the way that it should be sent, and that is clean, disinfected, and sterilized according to the manufacturer's written instructions, you can plan on 6 hours. Okay, now that some of you have picked yourselves up off the floor, 6 hours is a number that I tell people to think about as a best case scenario. That's assuming that when you send those instruments downstairs, that the sterile processing technician is standing in decontamination by the 3-basin sink, twiddling their thumbs with nothing to do. All of the basins are empty. There are currently no instruments in the sink. There's currently not a backlog of case carts waiting to be turned over. And then we go to the ultrasonic. We're assuming that the ultrasonic is empty and not running with other instruments in it. And likewise, we assume that the washer disinfectors are empty with no loads running, and we know each one of those loads takes approximately an hour. Then we're assuming that they go over to the assembly side, where the sterilization technicians are standing twiddling their thumbs again with nothing to do. They're not assembling any trays, which we know is not true. And then we take it a step farther to the autoclaves. We assume that autoclaves are empty and ready to be loaded as soon as the technicians finish those sets. And we know that's just not the case. Then, if your load requires a biological indicator, we need to incubate that for 3 hours. There are some that have changed recently and you have a rapid read biological. And if your facility's using those, great. Just make sure you're using them properly. But when I say 6 hours, I mean 6 hours. And this can be a challenge, particularly if your department is understaffed and under-equipped, like I've talked about in previous episodes. So it's really important to make sure, perioperative folks, that you're doing everything you can to help those folks downstairs. So let's talk about point-of-use cleaning. What does that mean? Does it mean getting those instruments completely free of bioburden, nothing on them whatsoever? No. It means that you're getting rid of gross debris and you're cleaning them to the best of your ability before they go downstairs. When you do that, it's enabling the sterile processing staff to work more diligently to turn those sets over to get them back to you. I also like to tell my friends in the perioperative setting that when you do this, you should also be removing indicators, you should be removing filters, you should be removing anything that prevents them from beginning to clean as soon as they receive those instruments downstairs, because anything that they have to do other than start cleaning those instruments is taking more time to turn them over to get them back to you. So really, really important that you do that. Rose Seavey, a really good friend of mine, does a talk on point-of-use cleaning, and she calls hers a point-of-use cleaning. It's a team sport. And man, is it ever a team sport. Both sides need to work diligently to make sure that we're able to turn them over. When those instruments go downstairs and they're just covered with debris, it makes it much more difficult for the sterile processing staff to clean appropriately, and it just takes them a longer time to do it. So, as you're working as a team, remember, point-of-use cleaning begins at the point of use. I always tell folks decontamination starts at the point of use, and all of the agencies out there agree. AST, AMI, AORN, CMS, SGNA, you name the group, and they will tell you that point-of-use cleaning starts at the point of use. Thank you so much for your time today, and I hope you have a fantastic day. This is Bob Mars, and this is Real Talk.